care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not have as much, but don't you quit.
Another one cause I'm winning. In my photo, looking real photogenic. Gentleman attire in threads that won't expire. I'm in the class of my own, my teacher got fired. Money getting low, pussy rate keep rising. Versace outfit cost me 3,000. From the P houses, did it from the wee hours. Selling that chicken, no lemon pepper, no sweet and sour. Once you get the power, then you get respect. I'm getting so much money, I can buy your bitch. Take it how you wanna, if you wanna take it. I like clubs where all the women working naked. Bought that whole ring, it was for a pinky. That's pimpin', that's slick. Got a bottle of cologne that costs more than your rent.
Okay, that was a hard one, and I was watching it. I'm like, can I survive that, Joe? Even though he made it seem so easy. So right now we'll be talking about the essence of keeping fit. Now, maintaining a good level of physical fitness is really important. However, it can be difficult to determine what fitness, entails. Various components of physical health that can help determine physical fitness. And now exercising increases cardiorespiratory endurance in a number of ways. For example, the heart muscle becomes stronger so that it's able to pump more blood per heartbeat. And at the same time, additionally, small arteries grow within muscle tissue so that they can deliver blood to working muscles more effectively when needed. And maybe that's why when you haven't, exercised for a while, you feel stiff. Any small movement, you have this muscle pull and all that. But anyways, we have an expert, a personal trainer, joining us in the studio today by the name Edwin August. He is a fitness content creator, a personal trainer, model, and an actor. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So Edwin, tell us about, I want you to explain first what's happening in that video, because there was a lot of, cardio, a lot of jumping and flipping and dumbbell movement. And there was a hammer that got me confused at some point. I'm like, what's happening there? But things like this tend to discourage some people. They feel like, do I have the energy to go all out like this? Exactly. Walk us through it.
All right, so what you just saw was the content creating part of the fitness. All right, the fitness dives into other things than just that. All right. Okay. First of all, when people hear fitness, the first thing that comes to mind is lifting weights and Okay. All right, fitness first is about healthy living. Okay. Your lifestyle. Right. So, like what you said, it helps with your heart, your lungs, and every other thing, even the muscles as well. So you usually don't have to lift too many weights to stay fit. Okay. All right. Cardiovascular exercises, strength training. For example, I major in strength training. Right. That's what you saw. Okay. So strength training involves functional movement, and I have to lift from time to time. Right. This helps in the long run, not just now for any other person. So yes, you should engage more in strength training as well as a person in your fit training. But then it's not about everything you just said there. Right? It's just so there.
Okay, so let's dive in. What is fitness all about? What does it entail?
So first for me, I tell people that fitness is more mental than it's physical.
Okay,
right?
do tell.
So, for example, it's some people find the gym as a safe haven.
Okay.
Right? It's the one place where you can come and let everything out without being judged.
Okay.
Basically, right? For example, you're one that probably you're in the office every time. You really don't have much friends. You can build a social life from the gym.
Okay.
Right? So it's not just about the workout now. It's about your mental alertness and emotional stability as well. So fitness goes beyond just lifting weights. Okay? So personally for me, I found most of my friends I got them from the gym because I'm not always active outside. If it's not work, I'm in the gym. So most of my colleagues are from the gym. Why? Because from Alpha, can I have his dumbbell? It becomes, hey, I like your hair. It becomes, I like your shoe. From there, you guys start seeing similarities. You have a friend from there. So now you have a reason to want to go back to the gym.
I think I can actually relate with you when you talk about mental alertness for fitness. Yeah, I remember back in was it 2020? I had just lost a friend, and it was a lot for me. I was going through all of that, and I just felt the need to, why not just hit the gym? And I was channeling all of that energy into whatever it is, whatever activity I was doing in there. And I saw that I was getting better. I could think better. I could process my emotions better.
Yes.
And I had people to talk to, even if we're not necessarily talking about what I was going through, but then I was
The fact you could share, you could just say something. It helps boost your mood as well. Trust me, it does.
Yeah, also. But then what do you think should drive your fitness goal?
First of all, your health.
Okay.
Right? Like I said, in the long run, it's not just about the now. So when most people just do fitness probably to look good, or they only remember in the summer, is when they remember to go to the gym.
Summer body.
Summer body. It's good for we fitness guys because they will tend to make money in that period.
I know,
but then it shouldn't just be about the summer. What happens after summer, right? So it's not like you're going to stop eating. So you stop eating some things from now, then after summer you go back to eating those things. So basically, fitness is just how will I put it now? What's that word? I'm trying to find the word. It's life, basically. It's life because growing up, you find it helps, especially for aging people. It helps risk of falling down because then you get active. So, but if you're active from before, it helps you in this time because now you've done strength training, your bones can withstand some things, you don't get to trip over little things, picking up things as much as picking up plates or buckets from your toilet. Trust me, it goes as far as that. So when you see people doing deadlift, it involves that as well. So you have to get the right form. So, I mean, in the long run, it's not just for now.
You talked about strength fitness or strength training. Apart from strength, what other trainings are there?
Well, I mean, we have the aerobics training, we have CrossFit training, which is really, really big, coming to be a big thing here in Nigeria.
What's that?
CrossFit. Okay. So it's a bit of everything.
Oh, okay.
Weightlifting, cardio, aerobics, strength training, everything basically, mobility. So it's good. It's one of the fastest growing exercises in the world right now. That's CrossFit because it, like I said, it's a functional movement. So every part of your body down to your mind, your neck, your eyes, everything is working at that point in time. So yeah, that's that.
Whatever type of fitness goal or fitness training one has in mind, I'd like to know the role of one's health before embarking on a fitness goal. Well, I'm asking this question because I remember one of my episodes during my health program where I interviewed someone regarding this same fitness, and then the lady did say that she loved to do all of that aerobics, the dumbbell, everything. She was doing literally everything. But she found out that it was affecting her heartbeat. Yes, it was taking a toll on her heartbeat. Meanwhile, she had a condition earlier before she went into that. So I want to know, how prepared should one be physically, health-wise, before, should it inform the kind of fitness goal of type?
So, when a client comes to me first, I ask a few questions. First of all, any health issues? Right? You let me know. Any injuries anywhere, you let me know. Because this determines the kind of workout I give to you. So most trainers always want to prove a point. Right? Because it's all about that vigorous exercising, you're dropping up and down. It's not all about that sometimes. You can end up doing something really small for 10 minutes and you burn as much calories as what you do for 1 hour. You It depends on the angle of which you come from. Now, I've had clients that had asthma, right? But when you started working out, which naturally, when you do something that's too much, too intense for your heart, you tend to like have that issue with breathing.
Right.
But now, when going into the fitness world, doing what you've been doing for a while now, they don't even use that all the time anymore. Because now you tend to learn how to control your breathing even while exercising. Because that's also very, very important when lifting as well. How you breathe, what you breathe, and all of those things. So now she's better in that aspect. So now you also have to know, as a trainer, have to know what your client is going through, their health issues, and know the kind of exercise to give to them. The time you might be training a client and their heart rate goes really, really high.
Okay.
You have to slow them down at that
But
point in time.
I thought the heartbeat is part of the whole cardio thing.
It's not for us
They
to
say
die.
they want to. He said it's not for us to die. Now, when your heartbeat rate is faster, you know that you're doing cardio right. I think I read that somewhere.
It doesn't have to be like that.
Okay, so there has to be a balance.
And there has to be a balance. You know, as much as people don't believe it, but even weightlifting is cardio.
Okay.
Because your heartbeat is there.
That's true.
So it doesn't have necessarily about just jumping and jumping. You can be just between a regular squat is cardio.
Okay. Okay. I know it's not all about physical exercise. There's always a place of dieting and nutrition. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, and let me add to that, considering, Aisha mentioned her situation of, when you're depressed, you're sad, you wake up and exercise, that would help. But other people tend to fall to food. And the food they get are junks to fill up,
It make them obese and all
exactly.
that. So what's the place of food, dieting, nutrition in fitness?
Okay, so just like I said earlier, it's as important as your fitness.
Okay.
In fact, maybe more important. Because no matter what you do in the gym, you need the right nutrition to balance off of that. Because you've lost some things in the gym. Right? So, in terms of that now, for example, you want to lose weight. So, losing weight, you definitely know you have to go on calorie deficit. Most of us don't know how much our body needs to eat in a day, like how much calories we need to eat in a day. Probably you might need to eat about 3,000 calories in a day. And most times we don't even eat up to that. Because we don't even measure what we eat, basically. So now, if you're not eating up to what your body should eat in a day, that's a deficit. So if you're trying to burn down or lose fat, that's good. So you should go on calorie deficit, right? But when you're trying to gain muscles or anything, you go on a surplus, so you have to eat times.
Oh, I
so
see.
in a case where you want to lose weight, but now you don't exercise, or you exercise just minimally, and you tend to eat about 3,000 calories in that day. Mind you, the amount of work you have to put in to burn 700 calories is a lot. You might just think it's a whole lot. You might be in the gym for 1 hour, 30 minutes, and you're still not burnt enough calories as to what you've ate. So you have to eat the right things, the right nutrients to balance out what you did in the gym, or else it's just going to fall back to a lot of things.
So, as a fitness guru, Nigerian food can really not really help in terms of the whole dieting thing. And if you decide to invest in dieting, it can be quite taxing. It's exhausting. It shakes you financially. So it's like it favors the rich more. So for a normal and average Nigerian, how can they survive? With the things with the little money that they have. Okay.
Discipline is how you survive, right? Portion what you eat, basically. Of course, we know it's only rice we have to eat. So that does not mean we should eat a whole bowl of rice.
I know, right?
Okay? Because you have a little spaghetti at home, doesn't mean you should eat only spaghetti, like a full spag. Right? So discipline is that's the only thing. Even the rich as well. Do you know how tasking it is to come out from work and having to go to the kitchen to go and blend some veggies?
Indeed.
I know.
So it all boils down to discipline at the end of the day. How disciplined are you? How bad do you want it?
Okay, discipline. I'll put that in mind. Okay, Edwin, tell us how long. You mentioned that it can be really taxing, if you want to burn 700 calories. So let's say Aisha and I walk into your gym and we want that summer body by summer.
I mean, it's
how
doable.
Much energy, how much time are we talking about? Days, week, months? How long can one, exercise, and what's the right exercise for a particular period of time?
Maximum. In 90 minutes, you should be able to get as much done as you can.
Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not have as much, but don't you quit.
It depends. Like you want to keep fit. Okay, so for you, I would say just engage in my kind of functional.
So strength training and functional movement.
Just keep going that way.
That's just it.
Okay, so
Don't you give up on your dream.
It's a lifestyle.
I don't care if you don't have the money,
Going that way.
you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not have as much, but don't you quit.
So what would you do?
Then it could be anything. So most times people use just the way, right? At some point they tend to shred. Okay, so at that initial, and again, our metabolism acts differently as well.
Right.
Okay, what you would do that you might lose weight or lose some amount of calories might not work for her. She might do that and gain muscles.
Okay.
Because it works differently. But now it gets to a point where you hit a plateau and your body starts understanding, okay, this is what we are doing. This is what we are doing this for. Then you start seeing the result. Also goes back to your nutrients as well. What do you eat after your workout?
So this situation, it comes back to you. That's why people should have a personal trainer to help guide.
That's what I tell people. That's what I tell people.
Okay, so I have this particular question about the role of exercising and fitness in aging.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen Nollywood actor Kate Henshaw. She's over 50. And amongst others, you know, there's Jennifer Lopez, that's Hollywood though, other people in the industry, even people outside of the industry who seem to be aging backwards. They call themselves vampires. Yeah. They seem to be aging backwards. And then they would say this thanks to exercise and keeping fit. I'd like for you to tell the people who are out there watching, some people, they see these people putting in the work, but then there's this part of them, they're like, no, do you think I should really work for me? But as a guru, I'd like for you to shed more light on that.
Okay, so first of all, when you sweat out some things, you open up pulses. Right? If you notice after you work out in the gym, go take a picture on the mirror, you see how fresh you look. Because you've opened up pulses, right? So that's one thing fitness does to you. It helps prevent diseases, right? Cardiovascular diseases as well, right? Even viral illnesses around you. Little things as the air you take into your skin can affect how you look. So when you sweat these things out, like sweat out all those things, it's good. So this is one of the biggest parts of fitness, how it makes you look.
Okay.
Right? Because you tend to look so young, and when they ask you your age, you're like, whoa, how do you do that? Because you are active enough, your bones are in line with your mind. It also goes down to here too. So imagine if you're 40 and you lift like 100 kg, you feel young, like, yeah. You know, it goes down to this as well. How do you feel in here?
So what are your final words to people who intend to pick up physical fitness as something to do moving forward, a lifestyle? Lifestyle.
Just show up. Hit the next gym close to you and just keep showing up.
What about if you want to
There's no secrets.
What about doing it at home?
You can't do that at home. Yeah, I've had people that have had like good results from the house. From the house. It's all discipline. Can you keep up with doing 500 skips every day? There are days you wake up like, oh, I will do that tomorrow. You know, and once you give yourself that first excuse not to do it that day, you give yourself another excuse not to do it tomorrow.
I can relate to that. All right, Edwin, Augusta, thank you so much for joining us.